Our ACC football road trip continues as we get closer to week 0. How about a little pit stop in Blacksburg, Virginia to check out the Virginia Tech Hokies. High expectations for this team coming into 2024. Hey, during the Frank Beamer era, they were great. Can they get back to the top of the ACC and back to the top nationally? We'll take you inside the Hokies practice of fall camp for the next hour. Stay with us. Kyron Drones making his way into practice. #1 quarterback this year. He wears #1 on his jersey, too. Ollie Jennings, he's always talking. Healthy and ready to catch some passes from that QB1 this year. And we're looking forward to being here today for a full hour with you to talk Hokies football and what Brent Pry has in store for everybody this year. I know we're all excited to see what the Hokies can do this year. I'm Taylor Tannenbaum, alongside former Clemson captain, offensive lineman Eric McLean. And over here, royalty here in Blacksburg, no pun intended. Virginia Tech Hall of Famer, former wide receiver, 9-year NFL vet, Eddie Royal. Feel good to be back?
Feels great. And finally, we have a good team, right? It's been some years, man. It's been rough. And I feel like we got a great team. Coach Pry's doing a heck of a job getting this thing going. Defensive line looks great. Receivers look great. Yeah. I'm excited.
Got a lot of body types. That was kind of my first thing when we walked out to practice yesterday. Got to really just sit back and watch, not do any work, just use our eyes and see what we see. And I see some dudes, man. I see some long, good-looking athletes, built-together guys that just we hadn't, for a couple of years. So they've really made an adjustment. Coach Dwight in that weight room has really got guys pumped up and looking good. So, yeah, there's some expectation. We're excited to see it.
How about we tell the fans some of the reasons why people should be excited about the Hokies this year? Because they did make some big strides after year 2 last year, but this is what you have excited about to be on the show today. Brent Pry is going to be joining us on set here in just a little bit. Kyron Drones went inside the film room with Eddie Royal, so they break down some X's and O's. Jay Lane, Quan Felton on the jugs machine, the Monarch, which is very, very cool, with Eddie as well. And then Aeneas Peebles and APR joining us here on set because they headline a really stout defensive front. All right, so the reason that fans should be excited, not just because we have all of these people joining us on set, but how about on the field? Pry has been building momentum since he got here in 2022. Last season, 5-3 in the ACC, best for the Hokies since 2019, so you could feel the ball really rolling. They return an FBS leading 86% of their roster from last season, including 95% of their starting offense from 23. That's Drones, Bashal Tootin, Quan Felton, a bunch of other names. And then in the preseason ACC poll, the media, us included, were part of that poll, but this is where they finished. Picked to finish 6th in the conference. All right, there's
way too low.
Yeah,
I didn't pick that.
Way
I know.
too low.
I'm not saying we voted that way, but we are the media, so I guess we'll all be clumped into one.
Nah.
There's Brent Pry.
Leave me away from that.
Right now, obviously, this guy, when practice starts, it's hard to get his attention.
Oh, he's riled up.
But you can feel the energy, and a lot of it stems from the top with Coach Pry. He's come here to make a difference. He came back here. He knows what this program is all about, and you can already feel the difference.
No, I don't think there's any question. I'd love to hear that from you as an alumni now, year 3 with all that expectation. But he was here when the lunch pail got invented. He was here under Bud Foster and knows what it's supposed to look like, what it's supposed to be, and that VT on your helmet, what it means. And I think he's the perfect guy for the job. It was funny. When it was announced, I was kind of like, who is this? Then you start reading and you start seeing, and you're like, this dude's a Hokie. I know he's somewhere else right now, but he's meant to be here, and it's a match made in heaven to me.
Through and through. I mean, he's a Hokie, right? The energy that he brings, the relationship with the alumni, that got lost with the last coach, and Coach Pry understood that, getting back to recruiting Virginia, because if you're going to be good at Virginia Tech, you got to recruit the state of Virginia and do it well. He's done that. Spent so many little things. He understands the core cadets, how important they are to Virginia Tech. He makes sure that these guys understand what it means to wear to Virginia Tech, what it means to be a Hokie, the pride that when you put that uniform on that you must walk around with. And so he's done a great job, and I'm looking for big things this year.
All right, so we're going to obviously talk a ton of football on the show, but the tip of the iceberg, we can just touch on both sides of the ball. Offensively, we'll go with you, Eddie. They have, what I just said, 95% of their offense returning from last season.
Yeah.
What do you like most about what they have coming back?
The quarterback.
Yeah.
Because it starts with the quarterback, right? And if you don't have one, you don't have a chance. And so Virginia Tech's got a good one. They saw what he could do towards the end of the year, what type of offense they need to be running, what type of identity they need. And so now you understand that now the timing with the receivers. He's got a ton of playmakers on the outside. Now I believe he matches up to that offensive line.
Yeah, and they're going to enjoy that, right? They want that to be kind of placed on their back and, hey, let's go. You got a running back. You got a running game that's going to be electric, makes you feel really good. On the other side of the ball, it starts with that front. That defensive line is going to be disgusting. I can't wait to talk to those big monsters here in a little bit just to kind of how's it been? How's it been being with each other? You got a transfer in Aeneas Peoples coming in. He's a war daddy. He is an instant impact guy that is going to change everything, I think, for this defensive line. How do they feed off of each other, see that relationship? And then the back seven, I mean, it's freaky. You got some length. You got some ball players. Dorian Strong, I think, one of the best, if not the best, corner in the country. Shut down. Forget about it. Don't even look at that side of the field. He's that type of player.
I'd be remiss. We have Eddie up here. We're not going to touch on special teams at all?
Yeah, I mean, sure, why not?
I had to bring you in on special teams.
I want to talk about kickers. That's the second time.
But sure, I mean, that's an important element to the game. And Beamer ball is what made Virginia Tech what it is. And so Jalen Lane returning punts this year, he's going to be electric. He's going to be great back there. But the defensive line, one last thing on them. These dudes are mean.
Yeah.
Like, they have an attitude to them, and I love to see that.
They like to hurt you.
Yeah.
They like to hurt you.
All right, so they're looking to make another jump here heading into year 3 under Brent Pry. As I said before, from year 1 to year 2, you saw the big change, and now you have to see another step. Everything from ACC wins to points per game jump, yards margin per game, points margin per game, flipped into the positive, and it has boosted the outlook on Virginia Tech heading into 2024. Lucky for us, head coach Brent Pry taking some time out of his busy practice schedule to join us here on set. And Coach, you're heading into year 3 here. How different does this fall camp feel than the ones the last couple of years?
Yeah, honestly, I mean, there's certain elements that, you know, are present in every camp. For 33, 34 of them I've been around. But, you know, this is a great group because there's maturity, there's experience, they know how to practice. And, you know, there's comfort in that. It allows you to do some other things and put the emphasis in some other areas.
How's the intensity level of camp been? That's what I would have.
Yeah, it's been good. Yeah, the guys are competing like crazy. You know, there's 2 or 3 competitive periods every day. And then we make sure we talk about it in the next team meeting, who won what. And so they're constantly trying to, it goes offense, then it goes defense, and going back and forth. And I love it when it's 8-8 after a 10-minute period and we need a tiebreaker.
Got to do it.
You know, for the head coach, that's a win.
Right.
Those guys don't like it.
So the red zone one-on-ones that we saw at the beginning of practice yesterday, that's not an everyday thing.
Well, there's some element every day. Today it's pass rush one-on-one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to hurry up so I can go see it.
He's trying to jump in your drill, Coach.
I love that. I love the way you start it. I mean, it gets everybody going right now. Like, you have to compete your tail off immediately. I know a guy that's competing every single day as your quarterback, and I saw his growth already yesterday with touch, getting the ball out. How is year 2? Really, year 1 is the full-time starter in camp at least, but year 2 for him as a starter, what have you seen that's different?
Yeah, first of all, his approach. He's much more confident than he was last camp. You know, he's not fighting for a job. He's not learning a system. You know, he's trying to better his game, do some things that he hadn't done, improve on some weaknesses, and he's made great strides in that area.
So as far as the run game with him, because last year towards the end of the year, that's what really got things going, him running the ball and tooting that 1-2 combination. How do you determine how much you run him versus trying to protect him as your quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's, you know, our offense kind of runs through him running the ball. And that's what's tough about practice.
I was going to say, is that hard to evaluate? Because you're not hitting him.
Right.
That's part of the reason he didn't win the job last year, you know, until you put him live.
Right.
It's not just the tackles he breaks or the people he makes miss. It's the confidence that grows in him when he breaks a couple of nice runs. He gets mad at me out here all the time because I protect him and blow the whistle early. And he'll say, Coach, you really think he had me right there? You think he would have got me down? So, but, you know, he's had a good camp. And him running the ball, to set up Toot and some other things, critical to who we are offensively.
I'm just picturing that Pitt game when he scored a touchdown and spiked the ball. It juiced up everybody. I mean, we were so excited. It just gets everybody going. So, yeah, I agree. It has to be a part of this offense.
That's right.
It's going to be fun to see it. I'm going to let Eddie touch on the wide receivers before we go to defense. You got any guys that you've seen out here, Eddie?
Felton's a guy that I love. I feel like the leadership portion of it, he needs to step up a little bit more, and I think he's doing that. Aiden Green, can you tell us a little bit more about Aiden Green?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm glad you asked. He's a second-year player that maybe had the best spring of anybody in the program.
Oh, wow.
Route running, ball skills, effort, just in a really competitive wide receiver room, he showed up and showed out.
I love that, Coach. All right, let's go defense. I know, offensive guys, you're the defensive guy. That's a unit, especially looking on the defensive line, that I think's about to go nuts. I mean, you have APR, who we saw what he can do. There's a lot of excitement about what he can do next as an encore, but you also add Aeneas Peoples. And there's some other guys in that room that I think is going to take a big step. Expectations for the defensive line are what this year?
Yeah, very high. I think you're bringing up a good group, similar to our wide receiver room on offense. There's a lot of depth. There's a lot of competition. There's a lot of proven production. And I'm excited about it. They push each other every day. Nobody's resting on their laurels. There's a lot of, just leaning on one another, accountability, pushing each other. It's a really mature group and a talented group.
Yeah.
Coach, I'm thinking about guys you bring in from the portal who are only here for a year. But the culture here is so important. The history is so important. What are you guys doing to help teach them about what it means to wear that VT on the side of their helmet?
Listen, this team, everything about our program is rooted in the foundation that you guys built here at Virginia Tech, Coach Beamer and Coach Foster and those guys and all your teammates. And so that's part of who we are. That's the fabric of what we're doing now. And our guys understand that. The Josh Fugas, and the guys, Dorian Strong, the guys that have been here, Parker Clements and Caden Moore, those guys get it. That's one of the reasons they came here. And so when these transfer guys come in a little bit older, you indoctrinate them pretty quickly to the way we're going to do things. And the first thing that happens is there's a level of competition, but there's also guys embracing one another and showing them the way and bringing them into the fold while they add a level of competition.
Yeah.
And those new unis this year are
Oh,
going to
baby.
incorporate the tradition. Invited a ton of your lettermen on staff to help design those, which I think is really special to try to bring in the history into the now.
Yeah, those guys, they know better than I do what they like to wear and what looked good and what they had success in. And so we're fortunate we've got, 7 or 8 guys on staff that were here and played here and wore the uniform.
Yeah.
And I thought, these guys deserve to be part of the decision-making process. And we're excited about them. We really are. I think it captures who we are now, but also really embraces the past. And our fan base, I think, is super excited.
It's really cool. All right, full
I can
pads
confirm
day. Full pads. Who did the playlist? What's on the playlist today?
Well, it started out with Allman Brothers, Midnight
Of course,
Rider.
naturally.
That's
naturally.
non-negotiable.
That's one of his favorites.
We've got non-negotiables in the program. That's one of them.
All right, we appreciate you, Coach. Get back out there.
Thank y'all. Appreciate you being
Thanks
here.
for having us this week. All right, coming up here on the show, we got plenty for you. As we mentioned on the Jugs machine, Eddie Royals going to join Quan Felton and Jay Lane. Let's see if he's still got it. And you mentioned what we have coming back, the Virginia Tech Hokies. A ton of production, and that includes in the backfield, Bayshul Tootin back for another round with the Hokies.
You're still new to the ACC. What do you hope you showed college football fans here tonight?
That I'm a dog and I'm coming.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. That's the nickname, man. Agent Zero. I go out, kill it every weekend. Yeah, man, that's what Agent Zero do.
Wells loads for the end zone.
Coming down with it? I'm coming down with it. Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Ollie Jennings, touchdown.
That's what he do, right?
And he's got a touchdown in his first game as a Hokie tonight. Second down. Here's Wells to Jennings. Makes a move at the 5. Touchdown. And Ollie Jennings. What a star he is in his first game as a Hokie.
Ollie Jennings back with us on WhatsApp. We've got a crowd back there that I want to bring up on stage.
Mom's in the middle. Mama. Yeah. Made it happen.
I'm just so proud of him.
That was a fun first stop for the ACC Huddle last year. Here's a look at where the Huddle will be going to start really the first 4 weeks of the college football season, because we start week 0. Dublin, Ireland up first for Florida State, Georgia Tech. And then we got a long week 1. We start in Raleigh on Thursday night. We finish in Tallahassee on Monday night for BC, Florida State. The following week, we are at Clemson. And then week 3, Charlottesville, Virginia for a little old ACC rivalry action with Maryland, which will be really fun. All right, let's talk a little bit about this offense, because this guy right here is coming back for another year. He is QB1. He has the keys to the car. Last year was in a competition, assumed the role during season after Grant Wells went down with injury. So, Eddie, we'll start with you.
Yep.
Next step for Kyron Drones is what?
You know what I want to see is that completion percentage come up a hair, right? You want to be over 60%, and I believe he'll get to 63, right? And a lot of that is communication with the receivers, not being on the same page. You come in middle of the season, it's hard to have that timing down because a lot of those reps are going to Grant Wells. So that's going to improve some. And also, I think he'll be a top 3 quarterback in ACC. I mean, it's easy for him to do. He can run the ball. He's accurate with the ball. And I love what I saw with his footwork when I sat down with him and watched the film.
I just love the confidence, man. You know, talking to him off camera a couple of different times while we've been here, it's oozing out of him. I mean, he is a guy that's ready to put on a show. And I think when you have that, it spreads to everybody else as well throughout the entire offense. So the confidence coming in, number one, is the guy having a whole offseason with your guys, those wide receivers deciding to make a decision to come back to play. There's a lot of cohesion that did not exist last year, and we saw it form in real time where they took off kind of to finish the season. Yep. That all starts from game 1 this year.
All right, Tyler Bowen is the offensive coordinator. Both of you put yourself in his shoes. How are you calling a game for a talented quarterback like a Kyron Drones who can do a little bit of everything? He wants people to know he's not just a running quarterback. Like, he can throw the ball too. What do you like best about what his game can present?
Well, he's not going to want to hear this, but I'm running first play every single game. I want him to be calm. I want him to feel good. But I'm going to let him air it out too. Again, he has trust with these wide receivers, Eddie.
Yeah, Daquan Felton's one of the best deep threats in the ACC. He showed it all year long. And so, hey, run that power, throw that ball deep. That's what worked for him last year.
All right, we're going to talk some of these skill players because they're chock full of them. As we mentioned, 95% of their starting offense from last year is returning. Facial Tutin's one of those pieces, 33 in the backfield. Catch him if you can, stop him if you can. After contact, he gets it done too. Breaks tackles left and right, forces you to miss him as well. So he was coming from the FCS level as well to the ACC and made an impact. So he should make another jump too this year, Eddie.
I agree. He finished the season with 200-yard games, and when Drones got going in the run game, it opened it up for Tutin as well. 2 different styles of running. Drones is the bruiser, and Tutin's kind of the make-you-miss type of guy. But that's a great 1-2 punch to have. And a guy, Malachi Thomas.
He's right there, right?
He's right behind him. He's not a big guy, but he's a bruiser. And so he's got to stay healthy. They got to stay healthy, but Malachi Thomas has got to come in and make some plays when he gets the opportunity.
Yeah, Tutin is a absolutely total package guy. Get it to him in space. Let him run between the tackles. But I want to continue to see is that offensive line keep growing. Lean on those guys. Allow them to really embrace that pressure of, hey, it comes down to us. Let's go up front. When you can take all 5 and make a fist, and that's how much cohesion you have, you feel really good about moving forward. Those guys have looked good those last 2 days we've been here.
They have continuity, too, on that offensive line.
All back.
All of them back. What that does for you as a unit is what?
It's huge because, I know, Tay, everybody wants to say, oh, it's offensive line, left tackle, right guard, center. They're all the same, right? Yeah. Every step is different at every position. Every hand placement, every, angle that you're taking, it's all different. And if you have different people at different times doing that, you're going to be on different pages. I don't know how this guy blocks or when this guy's in. I don't know what it is. So having that cohesion, having that togetherness, you expect to see a massive year 2 jump from everybody on offense.
You said Quan Felton as one of the receivers, one of the best deep threats in the ACC. We've been watching practice a little bit. Some other pass catchers that have jumped off the page.
Jalen Lane. Oh, my God. NFL receiver. He's great at the line of scrimmage. When you get the ball in his hands, he just finds a way to make a play. And so him and Drones are going to keep that going. Aiden Green's a young guy that not many people are talking about who could have an impact on this team. And the last guy, Stephen Gosnell. he was kind of that glue guy. Whenever somebody went down, you always knew he was going to know what to do, consistent hands, and so he's going to be important to them as well.
And when we talk with Coach, you hear about the competitive drill, starting practice, one-on-one, some type of adverse situation. Those tight ends made plays yesterday. Those guys are ready for their opportunity too within this offense.
And we started off this piece showing zero. Ollie Jennings, he got hurt.
By the way.
He got hurt early last year, and you didn't see him the rest of the way, looking a little bit healthier, working his way back into the rotation. But he's a threat as well.
He is, and you heard him talking, just that confidence, right? It was just throughout the entire room, and those guys need it. They feed off of it. Kyron's kind of more laid-back guy. You need somebody that's more boisterous and out there, and that's Ollie Jennings for you.
Yeah, okay, so here's a list of some of the receivers that we've just talked about that are returning this year because so much production. It's going to be a challenge for Tyler Bowen and Coach to kind of figure out who's lined up where because they have so many options, but definitely not short on it. That's for sure. That's good news. Oh, what are you looking at?
No, I'm just looking. I mean, so many different guys that you could get the ball to and
young
make
cats
plays.
too.
Yeah, some young guys up there. Brody can go. I mean, I don't know how much he's going to play this year, but for the next couple years, remember that name right there.
All right, Eddie Roy, you were a pretty good wide receiver back in your day, but guess what? He still got it. He was on the jugs machine. It's actually called the Monarch with Jay Lane and Quan Felton today.
All right, I'm with Daquan Felton.
Yes, sir.
Jalen Lane right here, two of the best in the ACC. They got this Monarch machine. I don't even know what it is. Y'all tell me how to use it.
Look, man, so what we're gonna set you up with the gauntlet. Right now it's just on 40 miles an hour. The spots are gonna be high, left, right, and center.
Okay.
Each time it's gonna shoot in a different spot though.
Yeah, you get 6 shots.
Quan, you show me how to do it first. Y'all not gonna set me up. So you put this thing on. What does this thing do?
It's so it's like a tracker, so to know where you at.
Okay.
So to know how far you are away from the seeker, so to know adjust the speed.
Okay.
To your distance.
40 miles an hour sound fast.
Nah,
Y'all trying to say me? It's not that bad?
All
right, let me check it out first.
Take the cart with you. It's on you.
All right.
Yeah, 40 miles is something slight.
Okay, we'll see. So then you just go whenever you got to hit a button.
It's on him now. He hit the button on the tracker. Yeah, it's on you.
Okay.
And then once it turns blue, then he ready to go.
There you go.
Hey,
tell me this, outside of this stuff, what have you personally
once it turns blue, you can go ahead and
yourself better for this year?
So mainly I've been working on releases and crafting in my routes. And with the Monarch, obviously I can get catch whenever I want without a quarterback. So it's crazy. You see how it's tracking them, it's moving. It's some crazy technology. But
year 2 with Kyron, how much more comfortable are y'all two together?
Oh, so much more comfortable. We've been hanging out a lot off the field, which is going to help with relationship on the field. So, that being together for a year has been great and getting work in.
Bro, that wasn't that bad. Check me in, plug me in. How you do this?
We'll load you up.
You might got to take the high one off, because I had to jump for it. He might.
Come on, bro.
I'll take it off.
So I got to put this thing on?
Oh, yeah. And once you're ready, you hit it once, like it's going to be white. You hit it once it turns blue. The next time you hit it, it's going to start.
Okay. You might need to come down there with me so I know what I'm doing.
I got you.
All right. Man, turn that thing up. 40 wasn't that bad, bro.
You feel like, hold on, let me get the cart for you. You back in your prime, man.
Hey, you want a low ball or you want to keep it up here?
Yeah, just go right.
Don't set me up now.
You back in your prime.
This is the bad part about TV. They set you up, make you look like a fool. I'm coming back home. They supposed to make me look good.
Hit it and it's ready
All right,
to go.
so next time you hit it, it's going to start.
Okay. I'm freaking out.
All right, bet. Go on. Nah,
Hey!
Okay, yeah. See,
turn that thing up, man. Come on.
Turn it up.
What I do, yeah.
Okay.
Come on, man. That's too easy.
Okay. Last one, I bet you won't go one hand for the last one. I bet you won't go one hand for the last one.
Hey,
okay,
let's go.
There we go.
Hey,
there we go.
Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
He snapped.
Got it.
Still got it. Yes, sir.
He snapped.
Eddie Royal still got it, ending it with a one-handed grab. You love to see it. By the way, we're in Blacksburg, but you could also call it Saxburg. 39 of them last year. APR and ES Peebles joins the set next on our ACC football road trip.
Welcome back to Blacksburg as our ACC football road trip continues. Here's inside the practice facility. Hokies in the thick of fall camp right now in the middle of practice. The Beamer Lawson indoor practice facility. There's Eddie Royal on the wall right there with his signature celebration pointing to the air, right? Hey, about this defense. They took a big jump last year. I know they're expecting to this year, but last year, look at the numbers, how significant it was. Defensive coordinator Chris Marv was asked what he attributes the jump in sacks over the last 2 years to.
A second year in the system, that attributes to better comprehension on what we're trying to get done in terms of, being aggressive, playing on edges, and knowing how to cage the rabbit, so to speak, when you're talking about the quarterback. I think about 2 years ago, we got to the quarterback a fair amount, struggled to finish. Last year, we got to the quarterback a fair amount, we finished a few more plays, but there's still meat on the bone. So there's still more to go out there and go get. We like our guys. A lot more opportunities they're going to get after the quarterback.
All right, Coach did say they start off practice with some juice. You got some one-on-one pass rush drills here, EMAC. You want to get in?
Yeah, we need to switch up that angle. We need the back angle only. You can't see anything right here, but these guys are juiced up, excited. This is how you set the tone in practice. And again, you want to get off in a hurry. You see the spin move right there.
Okay.
But this is good on good. A bit of a face mask. You see the good on good right here.
Of course.
Yeah, as soon as
of course, the O-lineman says.
But you want to, no, it was our.
On the offense.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Come on, pay attention.
All right, okay.
We're the ones doing the face mask. You got your center lined up. This also looks like some young guys too, which is smart.
Ooh. It's not a hole.
It's 2 losses in a row.
Is that a hole?
I don't love it.
Looks like a
They're
hole.
roughing this right now. All right, so at practice, when you guys would go through this as a player, what did this do for your intensity when you were out there?
This is so different from anything I ever did. Again, this is to.
Let's go.
Oh, my gosh.
Right, we might need to scrap this. My guys are getting.
Josh Fuga came to play today.
You know what it is, though? It's being competitive. And normally this is just with the O linemen and D linemen, they're seeing it. But when the whole team can see it, that makes it different.
Yeah, and see, that's what I'm saying.
Pressure.
It's so different. We didn't do this. We did it in a normal drill. But this is setting the tone. This is getting everybody going. And these guys are getting murdered. This just goes to show you this defensive line is going to be nuts this year. The depth is sick.
You were telling us a story, EMAC, when you were at Clemson and you were playing offensive line. You said 2014, how hard it was for you guys at practice. But when it came game time, it was almost easy because you were going
100%.
up against the best
That's
D-line.
a great point. That's a great point. Every practice, it felt like we were just getting whipped, Eddie, because that D-line was so good. That was the #1 defense in the country that year. But come Saturday, we're ready to go. You know, we're so battle-tested. They're like, oh, this isn't so bad. Great set, great hands, keep fighting.
There you go.
See what? He got in trouble there. He stopped his inside foot. You got to press that thing back forward. Do a good job getting on him, but that was good. We got a mobile quarterback. He's going to roll out. He's going to do his thing. He'll be fine.
And the line will only be better for this, right?
The best part about this is fail in practice and fail hard.
Right.
It's like as long as you're giving the effort that you need to, it's going to get you better. So you learn from these mistakes. Yeah, they got whooped, and it was a defensive line today, but they're going to learn from this and come back even better.
All right, Coach Eddie, I'm feeling inspired after that one. Here's some numbers from the Hokies defense. The D-line was a cornerstone of the team last year. Pressure to opponents, 12th in FBS and sacks, forced 11 fumbles, ranked 16th in fumble recoveries with 9, while holding opponents to 6.43 yards per attempt on the year. Good for 17th in the FBS, so hoping to build on that this year. All right, a couple of the game wreckers who will be making an impact for the Hokies this year. Antoine Powell-Ryland, right here, also known as APR, and Aeneas Peebles, who we got to know at Duke, who transferred over to Virginia Tech today. I just want to start with this. It really doesn't necessarily involve with anything on the field, but you rock the number 16. I want to know why, and then you can tell us why you wear the number you wear, because everyone has a story. So you start first, Aeneas.
Yeah, back in high school when I went to Nightdale, I was the 16th ranked player in North Carolina. And at the time, that really upset me. Like, I really thought I deserved more, you know what I'm saying? I thought I was, being kind of snubbed a little bit. So after I didn't have the season I wanted to, wearing 92, I felt like I needed to change it up a little bit.
Love it. You got a reason for your number?
No, not really. I wanted number 4 coming out because that's what I wore in high school. But my coach made me choose between numbers, and 52 was the best number for me. So
Ray Lewis action.
Right.
Right.
I'm good with it.
That'll work.
I'm good with it.
That'll do.
APR, I'm glad you came back, but I need to know what brought you back. I mean, 9.5 sacks, 13 tackles for loss. You had a heck of a year. Could have been an early draft pick. What brought you back?
Really a couple things. For the most part, my teammates, I really like what we got going on here. And for this one last season, I want to rock out with these boys. You know, I mean, the coaching staff is great. The environment is great out here. You know, it can't get any better out here for real, for real.
What more do you feel like you have to prove on a college level?
I want to prove that I'm the best out here.
Okay.
You know, and that's period, in the country. That goes anywhere. I can play anywhere, no matter who.
Yeah, I love that, man. Aeneas, what is it going to be like having a dude like this who's going to get a ton of attention? They're going to slide to him. They're going to try to double him, which means one-on-one for you. What is that going to be like for you?
I mean, that's huge, you know what I'm saying? Playing next to a superstar like APR, man, that's big time, man. They can't block both of us, so they got to try their best, but I'm excited. I'm excited to see the looks they give us.
Yeah.
This D-line room is deep. What's the competition like, not just between the two of you, but everybody out there? Take us inside a little bit.
Man, we compete with everything. Pressure, sacks, QB hits, you know, tap-offs. It don't matter where it is on the field, man. We just a real competitive group of guys, and that's really what I love about us in this program and, you know, this kind of whole environment, man. That's really what's been real special to me being here. Just the competition everywhere. It's just been great.
Is it a race to the quarterback?
Yeah.
Like, are you mad if someone gets there before you?
Most definitely. He's not getting there before me.
There we go.
Man, I got a shorter pass, so I be torn sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But we go back and forth every day about it, you know what I'm saying? Just competing in that aspect.
I feel like it's a deep group, that defensive line group. Is it somebody that stood out to y'all this camp that not many people are talking about?
Yeah.
Most definitely Keyshawn Burgos. Yeah, most definitely. He's coming to play. He's competing. Like that. When we say compete, he's definitely doing the job because it's getting crazy in that end room. We trying to figure out who is who. And Burgos definitely is making a run for it.
Trying to separate, huh?
Yeah, most definitely.
I love that. Aeneas, what do you want other teams to come away with when they are either coming to Lane Stadium, playing this defense, playing this defensive line, or y'all are traveling? After a team plays you, what do you want them to be thinking going home?
Man, we got to do something about our protection. That's what I want them to think about. You know, we a real hungry group, real upfield, real attacking style defense. So I just really want to enforce that after every game we play. So just making sure we coming with that mentality.
APR, I did see that you said you wanted to score a touchdown while you were in college, right? Give me the play design, not a strip sack. I don't want none of that.
Oh, yeah.
You're on offense. What's the play?
Where you at? On offense?
Yeah, what position are you playing?
Oh, I'm most definitely going running back. Okay, I got to go running back. I don't want to. I need just 1 yard. If I can just get 1 yard, that goal line package. If I can get the ball, I'm definitely putting it in there.
You want counter, power, ISO?
Just right up the gut.
Do you got to dance or something? What's the celebration? You got to know that part.
I ain't gonna lie. If I score, I'm definitely hitting the backflip.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Okay.
I'm definitely hitting the backflip.
I think Coach Pry will be watching this show, so Coach, do not let the people down. We need the backflip this season.
Put me at running back.
Hey, guys, stay healthy. Good luck this season.
Thank you.
We're
Appreciate
excited to watch what you guys do.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. They're going to be game records this season, as I mentioned, between the two of them and the rest of this D-line, but you can see notable returning defensive players. It's not just that. Kelly Lawson at linebacker, Mansour Delane in the secondary, Keontae Jenkins, and, of course, APR, and you can see the damage they did this last season. All right, let's dive a little bit deeper into this defense. They finished ranked in the top 20 nationally for the first time since 2017. Number one pass defense in the ACC, got better, it felt like, against the run as the season went on. How did they take another step in 24, Matt?
Yeah, for me, it's right there what you just said, consistently stopping the run and taking a step forward there, because I think when you do that, Eddie, it makes people uncomfortable. They can't do what they want to do offensively. You put them in a little bit of a bind, and then they have to throw it more, right, which plays probably directly into the defensive back's hands there for this secondary. But you look at those monsters that they have on this defensive line, those guys understand, hey, I have got to do this right on first and second down for the privilege to rush on third. So to me, those monsters up front are going to continue to eat.
Yeah, and going from the back end up, Mose Phillips is a guy who played as a true freshman last year at that safety position. They need a guy to step up there. I believe he can be that guy to really make that next jump. And then you move to the linebacker position. those guys looked the part, right? We came out here last year and looked at them. They looked the part. 6'3", 6'4". Kelly Lawson, 6'6". He can run sideline to sideline, but they need to be more sound in what they're doing. Yeah. You add Sam Brumfield from Middle Tennessee. He's the guy that's a plug-and-play guy, really smart football player who's going to help them out a ton.
And I think the other big deal, if you can improve on this dramatically, is interceptions. Yeah. Creating turnovers, get short field, score, for your offense. Do whatever you can there, because that's when I think of Beamer ball, I think of Virginia Tech, the Hokies. Man, that defense was always so hard, and they're going to figure out how can we get the ball back.
Yeah, really interesting, because 39 sacks last season, second in the ACC. Their 7 interceptions was dead last in the ACC last year. And we talk about how strong, no pun intended.
Get those guys on that jugs machine. What is that thing? The Monarch? Get them on the Monarch.
We don't care about PBUs. We want the ball.
Right. And I'm sure they'll be trying to tally those throughout the season. Okay, ACC PM, by the way, is back. And there's a nice rotation down there in the basement. It's packed, joined by me sometimes, Justin Walters, Andrew Adelson was earlier this week, Tom Luganbill, sometimes David Hale. It's anybody's guess at this rate, but PM is back weekdays at 4 o'clock Eastern right here on ACC Network. And we're going to go inside the film room coming up here from Blacksburg on our ACC football road trip. Eddie Royal and Kyron Drones break it down next. Yeah, tackling that guy's a business decision, that's for sure. He was one of only 3 quarterbacks with 15 passing touchdowns, 5 rushing touchdowns, and 3 or fewer interceptions among FBS QBs last year. Pop quiz, who are the other 2? I'll tell you. Jordan Travis and Bo Nix. Pretty good company for Kyron Drones. Yeah, sorry, I didn't give you much time there. Eddie Royal went inside the film room to pick the brain of QB1.
Drones takes a deep shot. Looking for Daquan Felton for a touchdown.
It was on the money when it left my hand.
Quarterback draw, and Drones spinning to the goal line for a touchdown. He would not go down.
You look at his build. I mean, he's like a linebacker playing quarterback.
We have a drone strike in Blacksburg.
Here with starting quarterback for the Virginia Tech Hokies, Kyron Drones. Appreciate you joining me. We're going to take a look at a couple plays. This first one, man, against Wake Forest. Kind of break down the play. Tell me what you see. Tell me what you're thinking.
They playing a quarter shell. We knew that was a real quarters team. We actually put this play on the sideline. We didn't even have it for the game plan. And me and Coach seen early in the game that they were really strong supporting the side to our running back. Yeah. So we just seen, as soon as I do a good show fake, I knew that safety was gonna come down. It was a regular RPO. And I felt that DN coming backside, which I had to just get out the way for a little bit. Yeah. And I just had to deliver a strike. And Jay Lane take it to the crib.
Did the rest. This is what I love. That play action fake. You kind of hold it. You do a great job. Where are your eyes at right now?
That safety.
Right here. Okay. You do a great fake right there. Boom, and then the reset of your feet. That's what I love. You always play with a great base, but then the reset right here. Boom, boom. And then that window. People need to realize that's a tight window, so it's all about timing, throwing an accurate ball. Boom. Like you said, get it to your receiver. Let them do the rest. This next play against Pitt. Tell me what you think about this play, the coverage, what you're thinking, this concept.
I know to the field, they playing a cover 2, and I felt like to the boundary, I knew that corner was kind of coming, but I knew I was going to be hot off him, but it was going to be a late hot, so I just knew I had to buy time. So as the play go on, it's a snag route by Jay Lane, and I knew he had to get past the flat defender. The flat defender works for width, and I'm just waiting on Jay Lane to cut back inside. And then he did that. I had to deliver the ball before the corner get to me. And that's what happened. Again, all she wrote, just got to get the playmakers the ball.
Look, because right here, to me, that looks like an interception, right? But the fact that y'all understood, he knew what to do, and you knew exactly what he was doing before that blitz got there, showed me one. What do you feel right there? When somebody about to lay you out, but you know you got to deliver the ball, what is that like?
Yeah, you feel the pressure, but you know you're going to take a hit as a quarterback. You already know, like, once you take that hit, what can happen as soon as you deliver the ball. So me and Jay Lane just on the same page from what we work on in practice. And I knew it was a touchdown as soon as he caught it.
This one, in the red zone, you got to be good with the ball, got to be good with your fakes. Everything has to be perfect because it happens so much quicker down here. What's this concept?
It's just really like another smash concept. I knew they was playing a Tampa 2 with the safety already in the middle of the field, so I just knew I had the corner if I just do what I need to do with the corner and make him shade down to go to the flat. And that's what I did when I did my shoulders. He went for it, and I knew I had the corner already before the play even started. I just waited on guys to make that break, and I had to deliver a good ball.
A great ball. One time, boom. Love it. Take a look from this angle. That shoulder fake is everything because it holds that corner down there and opens up this window. Boom. Right there where the receiver wants it. Perfect throw right there. My man, Kyron, appreciate you joining us.
Appreciate y'all coming.
Good luck this year.
Thank you.
All right, learned a lot there. Also, you see the Bad Boys sweatshirt. That's the nickname for the wide receiver group. So Kyron Drones sporting his wide receiver.
I got one yesterday. They looked out for me.
Yeah, Coach Mines, we're waiting on it. We're waiting for the rest of our sweatshirts to come. Here's a look at the Hokies' schedule. It starts off with a trip to Vanderbilt, and then their first ACC game is a nice little road trip to Miami, which is great. We love to see that back on the schedule. So you look at this, EMAC. Actually, Eddie, let's start with you. What do you see on the schedule?
First, get the first one.
Yeah, right.
That's the one that is worrying me.
You sound like a coach.
Yeah, it's on the road. It's an SEC opponent. They're going to play hard, get that win, then go 4-0, right? Go to Miami. That's going to be a tough game. We all know that. You want to join ACC play, start that 4-0. And then there's another stretch. Syracuse at Syracuse. That's going to be a tough game.
Yeah.
Fran Brown has those boys ready. It's going to be loud in there. The defense is going to be great. Get through that one, and then Clemson. See what you could do. But then after that, they should win out. Like, it sets up well for them to gain momentum.
Yeah.
You got a tough opponent, win 4, tough opponent, win the next ever, and then you see Clemson.
Eddie, what do you think of the schedule? Goes through every game, like just rattles it off. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
He's done his research.
If we could pop it up one more time, what I want to look at that I think is so fascinating is the stretch of Boston College, Syracuse, or Georgia Tech at Syracuse, and then Clemson. That is a brutal stretch coming off of your bye week there for a couple of reasons. Number one, I think Georgia Tech is really good. I think people are sleeping on them. I think that they're looking at the overall schedule Georgia Tech has and not giving them enough credit. At Syracuse, Eddie, for whatever reason, that honestly to me is the biggest circle game on there because y'all just cannot win at Syracuse. I think the last victory was Michael Vick back in the early 2000s. For whatever reason, we can't get it done when we're going there. And then, of course, November 9th, cannot wait. I mean, that's
I can't either.
Me versus you. I hope we're here. That is a loaded weekend. Maybe there's a good opportunity that we're here, but this place is going to be going nuts for that game.
I'm not singing no fight song. I'm throwing that out there right now. That's not the bet.
Because he's scared he's going to lose.
Might have to sit them separately on the desk that
I got a
day.
Letterman jacket for you. Don't
Our
worry.
bosses need to put that in the notes section somewhere. Yeah, but starting off fast is important. Started 1-3 last year, and I know Coach Pry will tell you that's not going to get it done this year. They finished strong, but they got to start strong.
ODU's on there. Marshall, Rutgers.
Yeah, they did. ODU.
Yes. They should have. I'm telling you, they
you got to take care of your state, and I know that matters to them. All right, coming up, we'll put a bow on this practice here in Blacksburg. We're going to talk about those championship expectations, plus take a look at those sweet new jerseys they've got coming out here this fall. Stay with us. Our ACC Fall Camp continues.
Hokie Nation, we're ready to go to work. Are you ready to go to work?
It starts with understanding. There's no better entrance in college football.
It's just a different type of feeling. I get chills every time I think about it.
Yes, sir!
Even the Tech veterans have done this dozens of times. They tell us they still get goosebumps in a night like this.
You really can't hear anything else. Stadium actually shakes.
College football is really back when a jam-packed Lane Stadium is singing along to Enter Sandman.
Everyone's amped up, all your friends next to you, it's awesome.
The heart starts racing.
Shows up on the Richter scale, I believe.
These people are losing their mind. This place is
greatest traditions in all of college football.
You know, home field advantage is big. And folks that have it benefit. Those that don't, you know, I'm sorry for you.
Eddie, you remember the first time you ran out to enter Sandman?
I do. We ended up blowing out Western Michigan.
There you go.
52-3.
You'll even
First touchdown. Hey, got in the end zone and everything.
It really is one of the best entrances in all of college football, if not the best, one of the best. They'll be in there, in less than a month from now against Marshall, and they will be donning new uniforms. Take a look.
You know, immediately when I look into this jersey, I see the Hokie Stone.
We're the only place that has these Hokie Stones, so it's very unique to us.
You can't buy any Hokie Stone in any stores.
Like a Hokie Stone, that's kind of like for those who pass and supposed to come reach for excellence.
It's so unique. It's synonymous and exclusive with Virginia Tech.
When we saw the traditional look come up, and everyone kind of knew, like, hey, that's the one that we want to go with.
We wanted to bring back the history of Virginia Tech because this is a place built on tradition, so history is very important.
Trying to bring back a clean look that really symbolized where we were in the early 90s all the way through the 99 National Championship game.
Having Luke Prosum in this collar, you know, that I may serve, just represents what Virginia Tech is and who we are.
You know, you carry that with you. You know, when you graduate from here, as you move forward, you always try to serve your community and pay it forward.
This university is our style of like, we're gonna play hard. We're not flashy. It's simple. We just go out, play hard, simple, keep it simple, and just try to outwork the other team.
Hard work is what it's about. No, it's not what you do, but it's how you do things.
We wanted to make sure that every time we went through the tunnel, we remind you of who we were.
Show our guys what it meant to be a Hokie.
All right, we have one live and in the flesh.
Come on.
Yep.
This is the maroon version, and it is pretty cool.
It's like one of one, right? This is like the most exclusive
This
jersey
is an
on
exclusive
the planet.
one, and I'm shocked they let me handle it. But you could see some of the things they talked about. The Hokie Stone, which is really important,
That I
obviously.
may serve. Yep, that's what that means.
Oh,
Yep.
dude.
This
You know
means a
what I'm
lot,
saying? No
obviously.
Latin? Yeah.
You know it when you put it on. You're
Yeah.
serving your brothers next to you, and obviously
Yeah.
the school has a lot of meaning behind that as well.
Orange
And the
numbers.
two-tone numbers
Yeah.
as well.
Hokies on the pants. I know people are really excited about that.
Yeah, I like it.
You know what I want to know, though? Can you break some news here? Do we have some orange jerseys?
I don't have that information.
That's all that's all that's been on my Twitter.
But
All that's been on my Twitter. Ask them about the orange jerseys. Ask about the orange jerseys. I don't know. We missed our opportunity.
I do like the orange jersey, so if there's a chance, let's get those.
All right, there you go. And you did mention the Hokies on the pants.
Yeah, it's
First
cool.
time that'll ever be on any
In modern
uniform
history, ever.
is the Hokie. So it's cool because I don't know that everyone knows what a Hokie is. So people are going to learn this year. And then the VT here is also
Looks
new
good.
and different.
They
so
did a
you
great
have
job.
that on the collar as well. All right, as for the football side of things, we've had a fun time here watching practice.
Yep.
What do you take away?
That this is a team that's focused. They're locked in. That they're going to be hard-nosed on defense and explosive on offense. Coach Pry is doing a great job leading this team in the right direction, so it should be an exciting year.
Yeah, I think there is a lot of expectation, right? There's a lot of hype, and how do you handle that? You know, I think it's going to be fascinating because I do think this team is going to be really good. The leadership that is in place from the staff to the players. But when you're 6-0, you're ranked in the country, you're walking into Coral Gables, whatever that math is, 5-0, it's a little different. There's 4-0. Thank you, Clemson. I got a couple degrees, but counting is hard. It is different, though. You know, when that number gets smaller by your name, lights get a little brighter, anticipation jumps up. It's going to be interesting. How do you handle it, and are you ready for that success?
That's what you want, though. That's what Coach Pry was building. You need those expectations because if people don't have them for you, that means you're not doing anything right. So he's building this place to where it needs to be. Now you're expected to win, and they got to go do that.
How about a little added motivation? The AP poll just came out, and the Hokies aren't ranked.
Yeah.
They're like around the 26th spot, I
Right.
think.
Good.
I mean, that's preseason, right? That's just a guesstimation of where people are going to finish without seeing a snap. But maybe a little added motivation for this.
Yeah, you know, I think, again, these guys ready for this moment. You just said it best. You came to Virginia Tech to be in this type of situation where you can be ranked. You have massive, games against Miami, against Clemson, and whoever else comes to town because this place is going to be rocking.
Yep.
No matter if you have 3 wins or 11 wins.
Yep.
I've never seen a place like that is so consistent, so locked in, rain or shine. they deserve it, and I think they deserve everything that's coming to them this year.
Did we get any video? Oh, guys, as practice is ending right now, the ice cream truck, music and all, just pulled up, and I have never seen a bunch of young men more excited in my entire life. So I posed the question before the show ends real quick. If the ice cream truck rolls in, Emac Eddie, what are you getting?
Cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream is a banger.
Cookies and cream, what, in a cup?
I like, the
cone.
The cone.
No
thing.
big boys over there either. I'm proud of them. I'm proud of the big boys.
They're eating ice cream sandwiches in the cold tub right now.
I'm headed over there right now.
What about a chocolate eclair? That's my cup of tea.
Dude, where
all right,
did you go to school?
I
Who
don't
says
know.
a chocolate eclair?
Me. Come on.
Show me.
All right, well, the road trip continues as I continue to fight with them and send them off to go get us ice cream. Haters over here. Heading north to Pittsburgh because they're going to be talking to the Panthers up there after last season, trying to bounce back under Pat Narduzzi. And I know they fully believe that they should be back in the mix in the ACC this year. Here's a look at who's going to be joining the show, which does include, of course, head coach Pat Narduzzi and the rest of the cast of characters. Big thank you to everyone here at Virginia Tech, to the staff behind the scenes, and to the guys in the tubs. Enjoy your ice cream sandwiches. We'll see you later.